Hello friends, greetings from chilly Seattle. Sorry I couldn't be with you. Well, the topic I think is very interesting, how to do startups in a large enterprise. I worked on several projects at Microsoft which were like that. Of course, the most significant one being Skype for Business, which I started and built into a multi-billion-dollar business here at Microsoft. But what I'm about to share with you is not just about Microsoft. It is about lots of large enterprises that I've had to interact with, and I've learned how some of the climactic factors are very similar inside large enterprises. Now, typically what happens inside large established enterprises is that there's a lot of scrutiny on the quarter by quarter revenue and the spend that the enterprise is doing. So that puts a lot of pressure, and in fact it creates an environment where sometimes management is not willing to fund long-term projects, which may be significant, but because of the quarter by quarter or the yearly revenue performance pressure, you are not able to get that sustained investment to take an idea and to really grow it into a multi-billion-dollar business. So that is sort of the core problem, and that's why you see lots of companies either not doing enough to take new ideas and making them into big businesses, or sometimes you hear about, you start a business, you hear about a product that is, gets a lot of attention in the press and in the industry, but then the company ends up killing it before it really becomes a big business. So here's what is really going on. One frame here is that you can think about, everything an enterprise does in three horizons. Horizon one is what is here and now. What is where all the revenue is coming from, where you can have, once you optimize, the go-to-market, the partners, the channel, you can generate more revenue. That's horizon one. Horizon three is pure research. And, very few companies are able to invest in pure research nowadays. But companies that can do that, definitely get a big innovation halo and are well known for that, that ability. But the real challenging piece here is what I call Horizon 2. Horizon 2 are ideas that our research has shown that these are doable, but it's not proven that they are feasible as a product or as a business. And most large enterprises suffer from the inability to take something which is a Horizon 2 thing, which means start it out and you give it a number of years and a lot of investment, and you really make it into a Horizon 1 business where you have significant revenue coming out. And that, Horizon 2 is the challenge of most enterprises. And the way, in my own experience, where you can get an idea, really to be successful, starting from scratch and into a big business, into a Horizon 1 business, in Horizon 2 is number one, make sure that you have the sponsorship to really take that idea. And that sponsorship isn't really about what's going to be around 1 year or 2 years. What is available at least for 3 years, because an idea in Horizon 2, it'll be at least 3 years before you can start seeing the revenue and you see the market uptake. And it's probably 7 years before that idea can grow into a significant business. In case of Skype for Business, we had sponsorship of Bill Gates. And he made sure that right from 2003 to 2005, probably the 5 most formative years for this business, he made sure that we had the funding, we had the attention of management, we had access to all the right partnerships, the go-to-market, business development, strategy. And that's kind of what it took to really grow that as a Horizon 2 idea into a very significant business. So sponsorship probably remains the most important thing. I think, over time we've seen companies have learned that it is not just good, it's not enough to make sure that you have good revenues this quarter. It is, once you've survived this quarter or survived this year, you want to be able to survive tomorrow and the next year, and so on. So that really is what the whole notion of a startup inside a large enterprise is about. Thank you.